I'm gonna put this video clip somewhere.
On a serious note,
How has the last few months been with training? Like, honestly, like with the shooting, physical stuff. I know you've competed before in other sports, so you kind of have not an upper hand, but like you kind of know how it is going in because you've done something like this before. It's just obviously in a different realm, like Spartan race, Tough Mudder, etc.
The tricky part is like when you're doing something for the first time, you might have an idea of what to expect, but you truly don't know until you're actually doing it. When I did Spartan, I didn't know what to expect until we did it, and then you kind of realize what I need to work on, what things I probably overtrained and what things I undertrained. When it comes to this too, like I've done shooting competitions, they tend to be from the bench, and so while we were working and having to shoot from just standing and kneeling was very eye-opening of things I need to work on that I have not worked in a while. Another thing too is I've shot groups at distance, but now we're shooting groups at distance while under
duress and
fatigue.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest obstacle. I think is really just getting over that fatigue and just telling yourself, really slowing down your breathing, telling yourself like to time it right and not doing it when you're breathing in, but doing it when you're breathing out. That kind of stuff.
Don't shoot too fast. Because if your shots are off, then the problem you run into is you're getting a time penalty because your shots aren't where they're supposed to be, when you might as well just take that extra half a second, breathe, squeeze the trigger at the end of your breath, not just too quickly. It's all the little things that
I think that's where you're gonna make up time rather than trying to speed through it and just get through the stage and then just end up eating up time, and then you're just accruing time penalties. Then your time just becomes longer than you just take.
I definitely think if time penalties and how extreme they are is definitely going to be the big thing that hurts us. So it's going to be having to slow down, take our time, make those shots count. But all in all, we're up here to have a good time and treat it as a learning experience, so we can apply everything we learn from what we need to do better on to put towards the next competition and really refine what we have to do. Because even now, like when I go to the range, if I do long distance shots, let's just say 500 yards, I might shoot an 8 to 10 inch plane at 500 yards, but now we have to shoot a little bit smaller of a target. If I do pistol work at the range, I'm usually using, especially when it's concealed carry or range gun, whatever it is, especially for concealed carry, we're normally doing silhouette targets, steel silhouette targets, where our goal is shots. If they're in the vital areas, even better. But it's very humbling going from shooting, let's say, a man-sized target at 10-15 yards, to shooting a 2-inch circle at even 5-6 yards. Holy cow, like that's humbling. You realize, or we're doing inch circles the other day. Shooting an inch-sized target at 3 yards doesn't sound hard, but when you do it, it is pretty humbling.
Yeah, in practice, it's definitely harder than it looks.
Oh yeah. But I think overall, our goal isn't to compete with the elite that are competing in the competition. Our goal is to more or less enjoy it, have fun, treat it as a learning experience, enjoy the competition. But at the end of the day, we're not going there to set any crazy records. We're going there to see what are we capable of with our weapon systems and what things can and should we improve on to be more efficient with the systems that we run, right? So I think all in all, it's going to be a good time, a lot of fun. And that's the big thing. We're there to have fun, right?
And another thing too is also seeing where we are fitness-wise too. Training these past 3 to 4 months geared towards this competition, I feel like my training changed compared to what my usual day at the gym looks like, and really seeing what that's going to be, what that's going to turn out to be during the competition, and then see if what I applied, whether that's strength or cardio, whatever that may be, is really gonna show. The true colors are definitely gonna show. And another aspect is that a week from today, we saw that the weather was going to be sunny, 60 degrees max. Come yesterday, we checked the weather and it seems like it's going to rain today, which is the day before, day one. and it's going to rain both days that we're going to be competing. So now we have to add that layer of not to say difficulty, but I think it's going to add some difficulty on there, but it's just going to add another factor to kind of consider doing these exercises and doing these stages, because now things are going to be wet, things are going to be muddy, whatever the case may be. But I mean, we'll see when we get there. We don't know what if the rain doesn't even drop where we're at. So
exactly,
it's just something to consider.
Yeah, we know the big place. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, the fun thing about the tactical games is they don't put out the different things that we're doing in advance. All you can really go off of is videos and pictures of past events. They don't tell you the specifics of what you're doing until you do your actual brief the day of. So we're just kind of we're training based on what we hear and what we've seen videos of online. It's not like, for example, Spartan, where you can look up what obstacles you'd be doing, because Spartan has, I think, 40 or so obstacles that they choose from for the most part, and most races do anywhere from 21 to 27 to 30
it's a
something.
Combination of
Yeah, so you have an idea of what most of your obstacles are, so you can train based on that. Like when I did Spartan, if anything, I overtrained. I did plenty of cardio, which is fine, but like the strength training, if you do Spartan, if you can run 1.5 miles at a decent pace and be okay, even if you can do, let's say, 3 to 5 pull-ups, decent pull-ups, and you can at least maybe pull your body weight over a ledge, I would say that you can do 90%, 95% of the things that are in Spartan with relative ease. And then it would be the little things here and there that you might struggle with. With tactical games, though, because we've never done it, we don't know what things we need to work on, what we need to don't, right?
That, and the other caveat with tactical games is that we have added weight onto our body. So not only are you considering your own body weight, like, whenever you're doing like Tough Mudder or Spartan Race, you're going on with just your body weight. Yeah. When it comes to tactical games, we're wearing a weighted plate carrier. We're wearing a full, like, pretty much a full duty belt almost in a way.
With a gun.
Right.
You always have your sidearm on.
That, and then sometimes we have to do rucks or whatever it may be with our rifle slung on our back. So you have to consider that additional weight while doing those exercises. So yeah, I think that's just another.
What's crazy, if you want to try something crazy, go run a mile, lose 15 pounds, throw on a 15-pound weight vest, and run the mile again. That is insane, because then you realize how much like that weight before had an impact on your body. Now that you're adding it back on, but like 15 pounds on a weight vest plus, like probably another 5+ pounds between your belt and your sidearm and everything, it adds up.
Right.
So
no, I mean, even for the preparation for this competition, even if it was our first one and whatnot, and not knowing kind of what to go in, when we first started training back in December, it's April right now, I was 225 pounds, relatively, strong, but my cardio suffered due to my extra weight.
Cardio was not the best.
And that didn't take into consideration the added weight that I had on. So coming into these 3 months, I really took the time to really shave off weight, and I actually ended up shaving about 22 pounds down. And so now, with all the weight on top, with all my gear, I am now the same weight that I was without the gear prior to doing it, like, back at the center.
Which makes that's a huge change.
Yeah, which is a huge difference, and I've noticed a difference in my cardio and my endurance long term. Just drastically changed. So now, competition day, I hope that the 22 pound loss is to my advantage.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Ultimately, I think we will do okay. I think we'll do somewhere more in that like middle of the pack type of thing. And again, that's what we're going for. We're not here to win to be on the podium. We're here to have fun, enjoy the social aspect of a competition like this, and get the most we can out of it for ourselves.
Right. And also bring you guys along with us too, because this is our first time experience everything, and I know that some of the viewers that are watching this probably never even heard of this competition, probably never been to something like this, to where what if they end up signing up to that next one, and we can kind of give them a little bit of an insight, like maybe how the bays are set up, or how the stages work, or maybe how the check-in process is. Like, we'll definitely try to get as much of that on video with what we can and what we're allowed to, and just kind of take you guys with us, just to kind of experience it as a whole, experience it for the first time, and just just really absorb everything. Yeah,
And if you still don't know what we're talking about or what we're doing, it's CrossFit, but with guns.
Similar to CrossFit. It's grunt work. It's grunt
yeah.
work. Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily call it CrossFit with guns. I mean, it's definitely grunt work with guns. There might be maybe CrossFit aspects to it, but it's not necessarily like you're doing the CrossFit games plus you're adding that layer of like guns or something. Some people just kind of relate it to it because I think some of the movements might be
Most
very,
movements,
similar.
What's our group name?
We are the Weenie Hut Junior Division.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So
Weenie Hut Junior. That's us. We are Weenie Hut Juniors.
oh, and there's two of us. They're in the other car. They're right in front of us. So the other two Weenie Huts are over
Up there. It's a shame this isn't like a 2-lane road where we can pull up alongside.
But,
when you have a sec, pull up alongside. I'll hold this out and we'll see if they'll open the window and
If
see
anything, we'll introduce you guys when we make a stop, or I think we're gonna stop by and eat lunch when we get into town. So we'll definitely meet the other two Weenie Huts over there.
Yep, we got to carb up, baby.
After getting some grub, we decided to head out so we could make it on time for athlete check-in. And on the way there, we hit some light rain, and so it definitely foreshadowed the weather that we would be getting for the weekend. Walk up to the athlete check-in tents. This is where your gear gets checked, make sure it's within the rules of the competition, and also weighing out your plate carrier to also make sure it's within the minimum weight requirement as well. And it's pretty much day 0 before competition. Now it's time to get ready for day 1.